Hello viewers, this is Herald. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. We are currently in the midst of Errand 136, Great-Great-Grandsage. We've been following Horace around to numerous dungeons. We just talked with him in the Vault of Tears, and now he has asked us to meet him in a place where you can look back in time or something. And that would be here in the Glittering Grotto. We don't have to go quite to the end this time, thankfully. Just here in the middle, and here he is. The northern part of the first floor. Of course, we have to use spirit medium to communicate with him. I have been waiting for you, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? Flowers always held a special significance for the people of the kingdom of Nazcaä. They were seen as sacred symbols of peace and hope. Queen Cassiopeia loved nothing in the world more than flowers, and her every free moment was spent tending to her garden. Her castle was always bursting with color, with beautiful bright flowers of every imaginable hue. Cassiopeia grew to be a splendid, spirited young woman, everything her father could have wished for, and all that I had always hoped she would become. Huh? So you knew Queen Cassiopeia when she was growing up? I did. I knew her from when she was a mere babe in arms. But I digress. This talk of flowers and gardens, it reminds me. You have a wand made from an old stick, do you not? Oh, you mean the wand P gave me? That wand was a gift from the Wizard King and I to the young Cassiopeia. It was keepers. On it, we engraved our most deeply held wish for the princess's future. Ah, it was so long ago. I wish to hear those words again. Tell me, Oliver, what does it say? Good question. So let's go put our cursor on the old stick. There are Nazcaän runes upon it. Interesting. We had better translate those. So let's go to the Wizard's Companion. Look at the faithful Nazcaän alphabet again. And in fact, I'm actually going to come here and superimpose the Nazcaän alphabet and translate it for you. It spells out bring hope. Do you have the answer, Oliver? Yes, it is bring hope. That is correct. Our most deeply held desire was that the people of Nazcaä should never lose hope. the hope of a brighter tomorrow. But what befell the realm after the Wizard King's untimely demise put paid to any such wishes. The Council of 12 devoted themselves solely to personal gain and thought nothing of the plight of the people. If only I had done more. What do you mean, Horace? I said that I would tell you the truth, did I not? There is something I must confess to you, something I did, an act for which I can never forgive myself. Come to the Ivory Tower, to the chamber where the council sat. There I shall tell you everything. Until then, Oliver. So, now we have to meet him in the council chamber in the Ivory Tower. First we'll vacate the Glittering Grotto, then we'll travel to the Iron Wyvern. And we'll get our faithful dragon friend to take us back to the Ivory Tower. Now it's just a mad dash to the council chambers. I just cut out running through the tower. I had Veil up most of the time. And here is Horace in the council chamber. And of course, spirit medium is required. I have been waiting for you, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? Long before I ever became the Sage of Ages, I fought in the Wizard Wars alongside my teacher, the Wizard King. I often think of those days. How long has it been since I was last here, I wonder? Blimey, Horace, you're saying you've been to this gaff before, like? Indeed I have. In the years after the Wizard Wars, I occupied the 10th seat on the council, taking the zodiacal title of Gallus. Gallus? But isn't that, you know, him? Ah yes, the Wizard King's ruse. Even in death he strove to protect his daughter. That was later, of course, after my seat had become vacant. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. When I sat on the council, to my undying shame, I failed to notice the plotting of my fellow councillors. Ah, I who thought myself so wise! They disposed of the Wizard King and his 3 servants, then turned their attention to any who might yet stand in their way. and they considered me an obstacle to their complete domination of the kingdom. Sensing the grave danger I was in, I fled Nazcaä. I intended to bide my time, to rally forces loyal to the crown and return to exact my revenge on the council. But the choice I made was wrong. I should have remained at the Queen's side. But you couldn't, could you? Those rotters in the council were gunning for you, man. It is a risk that I should have taken. By leaving, I sealed the fate of the entire kingdom. Allow me to explain. In addition to my duties as a zodiac, I had been charged with educating Queen Cassiopeia in the ways of magic. I took it upon myself to create a compendium of spells and arcane knowledge, which I presented to the young queen. A compendium? You mean like a spell book? You mean... Ha ha, I rather think you know what I mean, but allow me to ask you the question, for old time's sake. What was the name of that book? This question is quite obvious. He doesn't even give us the chance to research it. But the answer, of course, is The Wizard's Companion. Blasted symbols thing. Yes, you are quite right. I wrote The Wizard's Companion to aid Queen Cassiopeia in her magical education. But little did I know that this book would lead directly to the disaster that befell Nazcaä. You can't be flipping serious. How could The Wizard's Companion have led to Nazcaä's destruction? What the heck are you on about, man? In my desire to create a tome fit for a queen, I included all manner of arcane magic, including the forbidden spell. Uh-oh. But I failed to include detailed notes on the rights and wrongs of using such potent incantations. And I fled the kingdom before I could teach Queen Cassiopeia of the perils of the forbidden spell. I was so busy brooding on what manner of revenge I would exact on the council that I failed in my duty of care to the queen. That is how she arrived at her fateful decision. That is why she did not know the true power of mana. But... It is my fault that Nazcaä fell, and that Queen Cassiopeia was transformed into the White Witch. How could I ever make amends for what I did? It was unforgivable. Reduced to a spirit, doomed to roam the world for all eternity, how could I ever save that poor girl from her fate? That is why I must humbly ask you to right my wrong, to save the Queen. You are the only one who can, Oliver. Don't worry, Horace. We'll save Queen Cassiopeia. We'll save the whole world, you'll see. You have my thanks, and I have some alchemical formulae for you. Formulae that I neglected to include in the Wizard's Companion. I pray that they will aid you on your quest. Aha, we have some new formulae. And now for my final contribution to your cause. Please accept this. We get a Mirror of Truth and 10,000 guilders. And thus concludes Quest 136, Great-Great-Grandsage. Queen Cassiopeia waits within. I wish you luck, Oliver, the pure-hearted one, the savior of our world. Certainly, Horace. First, let's check out this recipe he gave us. Bard's Harp. Master Thief's Magnum. And Skytree Wand. It requires that old stick that we've been carrying around all this time, and the Mirror of Truth that he just gave us. So let's go ahead and cook it up. And we have made the Skytree Wand. Let's check it out. It's better attack power, but the magic attack is less than the Astral Wand. Interesting. Well, I think I'll give it to Nazcaän instead of the Mornstar Wand. Now we're through in here, so let's vacate. Hello, Mr. Kya. Get us back to the Iron Wyvern. Well, that does it for all but one of the errands in the game. Now we're going to start doing the bounties that are still left to be done. This is Heorot. I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.